sorry. Why do we act like the United States is the only country that was built on stolen land, as if the entire Western Hemisphere was not basically colonized? Y'all do this to justify what's going on right now, and it is so annoying. It's like y'all don't want any type of sovereignty, y'all just want complete chaos. Like, Mexico was part of the Spanish regime for centuries that stole land from indigenous people. So because of that, should we just eliminate borders altogether? Let's just let everybody go where they want. No passports, no identification, nothing. That's not practical because you want the federal government to use our tax dollars to pay for it. You see what I'm saying? I'll have your First Amendment right to use your freedom of speech, to use your freedom of assembly, to advocate for the things that you want to advocate, regardless if I agree with it or not. But right now, y'all's protest is losing its message, is losing its impact. There are people right now in LA who are protesting and have no care in the world about the original message, about the original intent. Let's be real. Listen, I have a lot of empathy on what's going on right now. I could have a lot of empathy and still understand that there are consequences to illegal actions. That being said, the protest that's going on right now is losing its impact.
Let me say this before we continue over into her message. She has a lot of empathy. I have lost all of my empathy whatsoever. And it's because I know that this is all playing in the mud. I know, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of these people, majority of these people, and this is what I believe, and it's no way you can get me up off this unless you present me with some opposite proof. Otherwise, I know that a lot of those people out there are paid protesters. I know it. I know it for a fact that a lot of those people out there are paid protesters. I know that the majority of those people want to see the world burn and they don't actually care about anything with regard to immigrant rights. I know that there's a lot of grown adult children, basically people with arrested development, that every time that they don't get their way, they want to spray paint everything, government buildings, burn down stuff. And it's the childish way to operate because when the Republicans lose, they're expected to move according to whatever it is that the people voted for in our republic in a democratic process, and that's just supposed to be accepted. When you see it happen on the liberal side, you don't see anything from leadership that's saying, hey guys, you might want to stop burning down the United States of America because it's not conducive to what it is that we're trying to do. So what I'm basically observing is anarchists. I'm looking at Marxist people. I'm looking at people that are taking advantage of our democratic process. And I'm looking at people that don't respect our Constitution. And so when we uphold the law, which basically says that you cannot cross over into the United States of America, otherwise it is illegal and you should be deported back to the place where you came from, I'm not really understand why we are divided, except for there to be an ulterior motive for so many different people and factions and groups of people that feel as though it's necessary for you to actually destroy the United States of America. Now, I'm watching this play out all across America, right? As of the recording of this video, they're protesting in Chicago as though that's going to do anything. Thank God that we have an administration that basically is saying, I know, you think that you're going to stop us from doing the thing that's right for Americans, but promises made and promises kept. So while y'all out there being paid to protest, because that's the only logical explanation why a lot of y'all are out there, because it's in the daytime on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you're telling me that apparently you have nowhere to go, no job to be at, no family to tend to, no household to mow the lawn on, no nothing. So your thing is to go and get all of these signs that are pre-made, take them, march throughout the streets, and somehow, some way I'm supposed to believe that you are doing this organically because you truly, truly care about the issues and not because this is something that you are incentivized to do. And we're so dumb. We so dumb. We don't want to look deeper. We don't want to have conversations. It's literally being investigated, and it's been uncovered that a lot of these people are literally paid protesters that are disrupting what we have going on here in America, and y'all letting it fly. All because you voted for Democrat and you lost. Let's continue.
Was on a live last night, just to see what was going on in LA. And I couldn't even see the message because it was overshadowed by graffiti, by arson, by looting. People were picking up rocks. I'm watching this like all on the lot. People were picking up rocks and throwing them at the agents. They were throwing firecrackers at the agents. This movement is being approached with privilege, as if I or millions of other Americans who live here, who are legal in this country, should sympathize with those who are undocumented. We can't even sympathize because we don't see the message. Some of the protests should be met with, we know they broke the law, but can we have some grace, or whatever that looks like in the movement.
You see how crazy that sounds?
That's not what I hear. I hear screw borders. This is all stolen land anyways. They're hardworking. They're this. And all I see are Mexican flags.
And that's the most disrespectful part of this whole process, is that all we starting to see are Mexican flags, meaning that they truly don't respect what's happening here in the United States of America. They're not trying to contribute into the United States of America. They are all for self. Most of these people don't even speak English. That's the honest to God's truth. Most of these people do not even speak English. They're not trying to fix things. They're not trying to add value. They're not trying to be American. They truly are trying to import their culture. And they've even started to rename places and rename streets and unofficially say, hey, yo, I mean, how many different places can you go to where they say this is Mexican town? And this is not singular to just Mexican people. This is to anybody that is protesting the fact that you think you're supposed to be here. And if you undocumented, why are you out there protesting in the first place? That would be like me going to Mexico and starting a riot and a protest to say I deserve citizenship here just because it's me and just because I came here, not because I actually have any reasonable leg to stand on as to why you created the rule that I was supposed to be documented and go through the process in the first place. There are rules in place. And if I go somewhere, if I go over to Mexico City and I say, you know what, I'm just staying without a visa, without any kind of because I've seen videos where regardless of where you at, this is what the requirement is. Hey, you got to have this much money in the bank. You got to be contributing this much. This is what you got to do. These are the requirements for you to even be able to get a house. I'm not sure you can even purchase one if you're from the United States of America. There's a whole bevy of rules. No matter where you go, there are a bevy of rules to where you can even own property in a foreign land. But we just let people run roughshod here in the United States of America. You can do what you want to do when you want to do it. And the citizens of America, not only do they have to accept it, but they can pay for it. They will educate your kids. They will give you health care coverage. They will allow for you to be able to live in their homes. They will even protest it if you do something that you're not supposed to do and you get arrested. Man, let me tell you something, bro. If I can go to another country and commit a heinous crime, because a lot of these people that are being deported and arrested have committed crimes inside of the United States of America. If I can go over there and commit a heinous crime and have the people there protest for me to be able to stay there, oh my God. Oh my God. Crazy. And Trump told y'all that this is what he was going to do. He told you he was coming in to make sure he cleaned up house and that you had the opportunity, if you self-deported, to be able to come back if that's what you choose to do. But nope. You decide that you want to play it a little bit differently, and so this is going to be the consequences that come along with it. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon link is in the description. I always like to make sure that I give credit to the content creators, so that link will be in the description as well. Teach Henley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace.